Good morning. ATM here, America's Thinking Man. Today's discussion short, colon cancer. Why colon cancer? Well, several years ago, our family was stricken with this terrible infliction, this disease, and my younger brother died several days before his 57th birthday from colon cancer. So I know a little bit about it, and I'd like to try to educate people on how simple it is to diagnose, to get treatment, and the survival rates are really good if you catch it early, just like with any cancer. So what are some of the symptoms, the early symptoms? Bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, blood in the stool, now that's a little bit further down the road probably, loss of weight, weakness. Now these are things that happen, to everybody. But if you go to the drugstore and get some medication for gas or for bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and the stuff doesn't get better, go away, you need to go see a doctor. Okay, if you have blood in the stool, you need to go see a doctor immediately. You don't have to go to the emergency room, make yourself an appointment, go in, get checked out. Not a big deal. I had it a few years ago. Turns out it was hemorrhoids. Okay, and this was before my brother passed away, so it was, about 5, 7, 8 years ago. So it turned out to be not such a big deal for me. But I also went in for a colonoscopy. The doctor recommended that I go in for a colonoscopy because at the time, I was in my late 40s. And he said, after 50, you should come in for a colonoscopy, at least once every 10 years. And if you have a history of colon cancer, now that my brother passed away from colon cancer, we need to go in, and we go in every 5 years to get checked out because there's a family history of it. But the things that people need to know about this is that there is over a 90% survival rate if it's caught early enough. Okay, and the survival rate starts to drop the later and later in the stages. But when my brother finally went in to see a doctor, when he got so weak that he couldn't throw a horseshoe to the 40 or 50 feet, whatever the length is, it was too late for him. 11% survival rate, stage 4 colon cancer he was diagnosed with. After the diagnosis, he lived for about 5 or 6 months, and then he left us. And it's a terrible thing to have to bury a younger sibling. And for my mom to bury a child, that was really a bad thing. Now, some other no-brainer things that you need to do: get a yearly physical. Okay, go in, get some blood work done. Guys, have your prostate checked out. Not a big deal. As a matter of fact, I have a woman doctor, and I don't have any issues with any of this stuff. She's a great doctor. I see her once a year. I get my physical, my blood work, we talk a little bit, and I'm good to go. Half hour, 45 minutes, that's all it takes. It's not a big deal. Once you hit 50, go in and get a colonoscopy. All right? You go see the doctor, you do a little interview, you fill out some forms, you make an appointment. He gives you some stuff to clean you out. The day before you go, you take this stuff. You don't eat anything for 24 hours. It's no big deal. You sacrifice a little bit. You can live without food for 24 hours. You can drink water and coffee, black coffee. And then you go in, half hour, 45 minutes. They put you to sleep. It's not like you're awake when they stick this camera up your butt and into your colon to see if there's anything in there. You are asleep. You don't feel anything. You come out, you sit around for a little while, make sure that the anesthetic is worn off. You go grab some lunch or dinner or whatever, and you're good to go for another 10 years. Unless, of course, they find something. So every once in a while they'll find polyps and they'll take the polyps out. Those are precancerous little nodules that are in your colon, and they can cut those out for you and keep you healthy. But you need to go and get this done in order for that to happen. Other things that you need to do, these are all no-brainer, simple things that everybody should understand. You need to not smoke. You need to not drink alcohol in excess. Now you're at a party, you have 4, 5, 6 beers, 8 beers or whatever, Super Bowl party. Okay, once a year, not a problem. But if you have 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 beers 4 or 5 or 6 days a week, that's a little bit excessive. So don't smoke, don't drink in excess, exercise, stay active, all right? As a little kid, you run around, you play. As an older kid, you need to keep doing that stuff. Don't get fat. Don't get fat. Me, I weigh myself every day of the year. And I try to keep my weight within, 4 or 5 pounds. If I go up 4, I cut back a little bit, I drop 4, then I can eat a little bit more. So it's a little game I play. So no smoking, no excessive drinking, stay active, watch your weight, and don't eat a lot of red meats. All right? Beef, liver, pork I think is thrown in there. Eat more fish, eat more chicken, and eat, a lot of fruits and vegetables. This stuff is all good for you. And this is like simple no-brainer stuff. Okay? It's really easy to do. The other things that you need to do is, again, watch for the symptoms if they pop up. Now, there's a 5% chance here in this country that you'll be diagnosed with colon cancer. That's pretty slim. Okay? But it is a devastating disease, and again, if you get it, if they find it early enough, it is extremely curable. So, colon cancer. Go see a doctor if you have issues. Go see a doctor anyway for your physical, your yearly physical. Don't smoke. Don't drink too much. Exercise. Watch your weight. Watch the red meats. Pretty simple. Nothing onerous or hard to do. Anyway, ATM here, America's thinking man. God bless America. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Thanks for listening.